Have you been thinking of trying a Royal Caribbean cruise, but have been a little hesitant because of the hefty price? Everyone is so excited about Royal's Icon of the Seas and their upcoming new ship, Legend of the Seas, but those come with a pretty hefty price tag. I wanted to experience what Royal has to offer, but I thought I'd start small and then work my way up. So to that end, I booked a cruise for Mom and I on one of Royal's older ships called the Brilliance of the Seas. And to save even more money, I booked what's called an inside guarantee stateroom. And I'll tell you more about that a little later in the video. To make it even more affordable, we didn't add on any drink or dining packages. So if you want to see what we paid for this cruise and also get some tips on how you can save on taking your next Royal Caribbean cruise, then stay tuned. You are in the right place. So let's get into it. Hi, I'm Raquel Molina, and my goal is to help seniors with mobility concerns cruise safely and confidently. I have been cruising since 1999 and have been blessed to have cruised on Carnival, Princess, Norwegian, Disney, and Virgin, but I have never been on a Royal Caribbean cruise. I must admit that when Royal Caribbean's new ship, the Icon of the Seas, was introduced, it looked amazing and I wanted to try it out. However, when I went online to view the sailings, I knew it was more than I wanted to spend at the time. I got a case of FOMO and decided to look at some of Royal's older ships, especially ones leaving from a port close to me. The winner was Brilliance of the Seas, leaving out of the port of New Orleans. Now, I know that Brilliance does not have all the bells and whistles of the Icon, but I think it held its own. Here are 5 tips and tricks that I use to help me get the Royal experience at a rock bottom price. Tip number 1: book the cheapest cabin. For this cruise, I booked an interior guarantee cabin. Interior cabins do not have windows or a balcony and are the least expensive class of cabins on a cruise ship. They might be a little smaller than the ocean view or balcony, but otherwise the amenities will be the same. To save even more, you can choose a guarantee cabin, which means simply that the cruise line will choose your room for you. You select the main category, which can be interior, ocean view, or balcony, and the cruise line will assign your specific room close to your cruise date. If you're not too particular about the location of your room, this option can sometimes save you up to a few $100s. This option is not good if you need an accessible cabin. For accessible cabins, I suggest booking early as possible because the demand for them is high. Also, the earlier you book your cruise is usually better because prices tend to go up as the cruise date gets closer. If you secure your cruise with a refundable deposit, you can sometimes cancel and rebook your cruise if the price does happen to drop. With the increased popularity of cruising, this is occurring less and less. If you have a non refundable deposit, it rarely makes sense to cancel and rebook because you will lose the amount of your deposit, which will eat into any savings you would get. Tip number 2: avoid specialty dining. Royal Caribbean's Brilliance offers a specialty dining package for those wishing to splurge on an elevated dining experience. But if you're balling on a budget, there are also a lot of included dining options for you to explore. There's the Windjammer Buffet for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, included in your cruise fare. If you tire of the buffet, you can also dine at the main dining room, or MDR, but sometimes this option is only open for breakfast and dinner. However, you will still find plenty of options for included meals, such as the cafe in the solarium, which serves tasty little sandwiches, pizza, and sometimes even carved meat, as well as a fruit and salad bar. So we stopped to take a little break in the solarium to eat. I got the tuna milk, which is really good. Now I had it before and it was Like room temperature, or was it warmed up? It was room temperature.
It warmed up a little bit.
I mean, this is like straight out of the refrigerator. So, not quite as decadent, but it's still really good. My mom got the roast beef. So let's see how she's enjoying that. Let's see. All right, so she's got the roast beef with some horseradish, and
I'm doing it open face. She's not going to show me biting it.
she doesn't want me to show her biting it, but that's how you can tell if it's good or not. So what is it? The verdict is
Good.
good. She says not quite as good as my brother's, but it ain't bad. Room service is also available for a nominal charge. Pro tip: you can order room service breakfast by placing an order form on your room door handle the night before. This order form was hard to find, but I finally found it in the top drawer of the desk. There is just something special about having breakfast delivered to your room, and it was quite delicious. I was tempted to try some of the specialty venues, but I stuck to my goal and ate only what was included. In my opinion, the food at the buffet was tastier than the food in the main dining room. So, you're not going to starve if you don't indulge in any specialty dining. Just be patient and be willing to try new things. You might find a new favorite dish, and that's what it's all about. Tip number 3: skip the drink package. Unless you are cruising to get your drink on, you can save a lot of money by not purchasing the drink package. I am not a heavy drinker, but I do like to enjoy a cocktail every now and then. I also drink coffee every morning, but I don't drink a lot of soda. So for me, the drink package didn't make sense. It was much cheaper for me to purchase my drinks on demand. I prefer non carbonated drinks, and I was in luck because regular brew coffee, lemonade, tea, and fruit punch were among the included drinks. Pro tip: make an Arnold Palmer by ordering half lemonade and half iced tea. Royal Caribbean offers several different drink packages, which can include cocktails, sodas, specialty coffees, and bottled water. My suggestion is to do the math and determine if buying the package or purchasing your drinks on demand will work best for you. Also, with the deluxe drink package, every adult over 21 in the same cabin has to purchase the package, even if only one person wants the package. The price of the package will vary depending on your sailing and includes gratuities for the drinks. You are allowed to bring up to 12 cans of soda per person on board in your carry on, so that can also be a good way to save money. Bottom line is, if you're really trying to sail for a rock bottom price with no frills, bring a refillable water bottle to fill on board and take advantage of the free drinks. Use packets of liquid IV or Crystal Light or other water enhancers to add flavor to your water if you like. Tip number 4: book an older ship. The Icon class of ships is the largest, but it also comes with a larger price tag. If you are looking for a classic cruising experience and don't need the roller coasters and big production shows, you can cruise to many of the same locations in an older and smaller ship and save hundreds of dollars. Brilliance of the Seas, which was built in 2002, is one of Royal's smaller vessels and belongs in its Radiance class of ships. You will have fewer dining and entertainment options, but your actual cabin size might be a little bigger on an older ship. Some other perks of cruising on an older ship are: smaller ships mean fewer people on board, smaller ships can sail to more unique and exotic locations, and smaller ships are generally easier to get around. Tip number 5: book an off season cruise. Booking a Caribbean cruise for July is going to cost significantly more than booking the same itinerary for February. Of course, you are taking a bigger risk running into bad weather. Summer cruises are usually more expensive because of the demand. It's easier for some families to cruise during the summer because of school and work schedules, so the summer months are very popular. However, if you are flexible with your schedule, you can save hundreds by cruising off season. Our cruise on Brilliance was considered off season as it was a Caribbean cruise in February. We left out of New Orleans and it was chilly. Luckily, by the time we reached Mexico, it had warmed up quite a bit and we didn't experience any rain. The other nice thing about cruising off season is that the ports aren't as crowded and are easier to navigate. I must say that for what I paid, I think the value was great. Our off season inside guarantee cabin cost about $500 per person, and that's with no casino deal or any specials. A 1 week cruise on Icon would have been at least double or even triple that cost. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't have anything against the bigger ships, and I really want to cruise on an Icon class ship one day. I just want you to know that there are more affordable options that can still provide a wonderful vacation. Thanks for watching. If you don't mind, please hit the like button if you found this video helpful in any way. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd like to invite you to do so to help my little channel grow. Thank you.